NFL Network presents the Lexus Halftime Report.
A wild game in London between the Panthers and Buccaneers, and there is Christian McCaffrey, so many ankles were broken on this play. Poor Vernon Hargreaves, poor Devin White. This was the second of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns today, and really the story of this game, though, has been this Panthers defense just all over Jameis Winston. He's been sacked 6 times. He's been intercepted twice. By the way, Willie McGinnis, Steve Smith Sr., I'm calling Wolf.
Hello.
Willie, let's talk about this Panthers D.
Just a bad combination of protection, Jameis Winston in the pocket, not taking care of the football, and give the credit to Gerald McCoy leading the charge with this Panthers defense. They getting good penetration, getting back there. The long developing routes are allowing them to get to the quarterback. And once they start to harass Jameis Winston, he's bad with the football. I don't understand the double pumping, carelessness. Irvin hits his elbow once on that play right there. You see the ball goes to the wrong guy, the defender.
Well, you're talking about the tails. Let's talk about the heads of the coin that's doing a better job spreading the wealth. First quarter, doing all he can do, handing the ball off, throwing it to Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, Greg Olsen, and then CMC. But then also, 75% of the second half, he's done a pretty good job of protecting and managing the plays and the play clock. Kyle Allen is doing an exceptional job, and doing what he does best is he's trying to keep this job that he has currently while Cam Newton is injured on the sideline.
And what do we talk about? They're going to have to find other ways to get people the ball. They've done that.
Yes.
Curtis Samuel involved, DJ Moore involved, Greg Olsen involved. And, yes, they're using Christian McCaffrey. But now you see him start to spread the ball around, which is now making it a little tougher for the Bucs because they're not everybody's zoning in on one guy and the ball's going all over the place.
So how do the Bucs get it going here in the second half? Because it just feels like every time they sort of have a spark. Look at what happened at the end with Mike Evans and that bobble and catch. How do they get things going in the second half?
For Jameis Winston, don't force plays. If there's nothing there, either run, take off, or throw the football away. He's trying to hold on to the ball in the pocket. Once you get all those pass rushers around you, I know, and I see he's trying to climb the pocket, but there's nothing there. Be more decisive. Go ahead and take off. If they're going to rush guys, if they're going to give you lanes, take off. If there's nothing there, get rid of the ball.
Well, 10-point deficit is not the end of the world. So what you need to do, establish the run. Break off some nice, good runs. You have a two-headed monster, right? So utilize those guys. Don't sit there. You have Jones,
Barber and Jones.
Yeah.
Run the ball, because if you allow Jameis Winston to quote-unquote, get you back in a ball game, he's going to play for the other team.
Steve. They're behind, so the running game essentially is going to be
They're behind because a guy is throwing them and putting them behind, which is Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I was wondering which Jameis Winston would show up today.
The one we know and love?
I don't like the one that I've seen in the first half, for sure. Guys, NFL Network has you covered all day today. Game Day Live will get you started as soon as the post-game show wraps. Game Day highlights at 7:30, and after Sunday Night Football, we got Game Day Prime recapping all of Sunday's action. It's a 17-7 game right now between the Panthers and the Bucs, and London has not been kind to Jameis Winston.
Week 6 of the NFL season continues later today on CBS and Fox. Then tonight with Sunday Night Football on NBC. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
This Thursday night, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs taking on Von Miller and the Broncos. Thursday night football coming your way Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on NFL Network, Fox, and Prime Video. And speaking of the Chiefs, he's got to get this game under his belt today against the Texans. And there he is arriving at Arrowhead. And wow, he's got the Shield sunglasses on.
Yeah.
He is rocking those.
Block out the noise.
I like it. All right, that's cool. So it's Deshaun Watson, and we got Patrick Mahomes. Now, the question is, can Houston keep up with Kansas City? They scored 53 last week, but the Chiefs averaged 34 games since last year. And it's not that often that Houston puts it together like they did against Atlanta last week. Of course, the Chiefs coming off back-to-back down games for them. Though Patrick Mahomes does get Tyreek Hill back today, which is a huge boon for him. So, Steve,
You know what that means.
Can the Texans keep up with the Chiefs today?
Well, one of the things that's really deceiving is Atlanta Falcons, they're the get-right team right now. Let's just call it what it is.
Get back on track.
They get back. Hey, you need something fixed? Go to Atlanta. They'll fix it up for you. Right, so for the Houston Texans, what they need to do is stay ahead on third down on the chains. So what do? Run the ball. Establish the run. That way, when you got third down, you have the whole playbook at your disposal so you can utilize play action.
Chiefs are trying to get back on track, but this is not a get back on track team because they score a lot of points too. But if I'm the Texans, I'm going into this saying we have to establish the ground game. The Chiefs are 30th in rush defense. They're giving up 155 yards a game. Run Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson.
Yeah, it always helps too, especially if your quarterback has a tweaked ankle right now and he's not 100%. So we'll see how he is out there today. Remember to stick with the NFL Network all day long. Game Day Live with all your in-game highlights. Game Day highlights at 7:30 Eastern. And Chris Rose and Deion Sanders will break everything down on Game Day Prime tonight. By the way, guys, according to our Cynthia Freeland, she projects the Bucs to get back in the second half, but Carolina's ultimately going to leave with the win, 28-21. The Panthers, they get the ball here in the second half. We'll be back after the game.
Thank you for watching the Lexus Halftime Report.
Alexa, tell me about Neptune's Sorrow by Olivia Watson.
It's a masterstroke of heartache, brutality, and redemption.
The mist crept into the pivot hole beside her. David, what did you think of the book?
It's a masterstroke of heartache, brutality, and redemption.
You didn't read it, did you?
I didn't, but I will.
The Lexus NX, modern utility for modern obstacles.
Lease the 2020 NX 300 for $349 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.